shot. Come on. Yeah!
Needs it.
And hello again, everybody. Welcome inside the home of the 2023 Roth Holman Doubles Championship. I'm Dave Lamont. Tom Hess, who competed in this event with Anthony Pepe on my right, Craig Elliot on my left, executive producer Mike Flanagan in charge of the broadcast, and we will also be hearing from time to time laneside from Chuck Ritchie Jr. You hear John Weber announcing to the house here that our Stepladder finals of 4 teams after 2 days of volume pin knocking and then a full day of match play event with 30 bonus pins awarded. Tom, we have a vicious Final Four, and it starts with the first match with 4 players with sparkling resumes.
Yeah, how about 25 major titles? That's what's getting ready to take the lanes right now between these 4 players.
It is the team that started in 12th position that we weren't even sure were going to make it last night. Jason Belmonte and Bill O'Neill, who started in 12th and ended up in 4th, and that took almost to the last second for them to make it, taking on the number 3 seeds, Anthony Simonson and Dom Barrett. Now, Belmo and O'Neill have won this title before. Simonson has won it with Connor Pickford. And Dom Barrett looking for his first doubles title. But that's going to be followed by the men in black right there. Sean Rash and Matt Ogle, past champions also. They bowled brilliantly. But the 2 guys to beat, the ones who just ran and hid with this event without question, will be Paki Hanrahan and Mitch Hoope. And Mitch is the only one without a title yet. So it'll be interesting to see how he reacts sitting in the number 1 position. He's in positions that he's not used to being in. Hanrahan, a titleist finally for the first time this year. So it's interesting to be in that position where you know you're not going to do any worse than second, but how will they handle the waiting?
Well, I think, Dave, they've just been lights out all day long. College teammates, very close friends, keeping each other very relaxed and comfortable, I think. Their lead never became in doubt at all. So if Mitch can handle the moment, per se, when they get to bowl for that title, I think they're the favorites no matter who they're bowling.
Hanrahan on the left, Mitch on the right, and their striking was off the charts. They averaged 242 and a half and finished number 1 by well over 200 pins.
From Langhorne, Pennsylvania, this gentleman has won 13 times on the PBA Tour. He's a U.S. Open winner. He's a PBA Players Championship winner. He'll be on the show Saturday as well. 2020 PBA Playoffs winner Bill O'Neill.
John Weber handling the introductions.
And his partner all the way from Australia. He's won 31 times on the PBA Tour, including 15 majors. He's a 7-time PBA Tour Player of the Year. He's won everything. Give it up for Jason Belmonte.
There you go.
The opening match. Enjoy. Guys, good luck and high scores.
All right, let's go over the pattern here first off. We're on a dual pattern, the Roth on the left, Holman on the right, long and short. How does it play, Tom?
Well, they're both very high scoring. 4.5-1 ratio over on the Roth pattern on the left lane. About a 3.5 to 1 over on the right lane on the Holman. When you give guys this caliber, you know, that kind of ratio, the scores show it. And as you can see, you know, it took an average of 233.8 to make this show. So Dom's underway here. Dom using the hammer 3D offset attack.
So this is how they bowled throughout the day, by the way. Barrett on the left lane, Simonson the right, and Belmo left and O'Neill right. And should they decide to make a switch after the game, whoever wins, they can, but they cannot switch during a game.
Yep.
And O'Neill, not surprisingly, flushes here. Scores particularly, Tom, if I remember, the pace was very high early.
Yeah, very high early. The guys got him pretty quick. Bill using the purple hammer there. Interesting that Simo and Dom decided that they wanted Simo to finish on the right lane. They want Belmo bowling on the left lane to finish.
And we haven't seen Jason standing in the middle of a lane in a while. Once they started transitioning, he was way left. Now, not surprising, this is such a star-studded affair with these four.
Looks like Belmo might have thrown me a changeup. That looked like an idol. He wasn't talking about one of those when I was down there talking to him about bowling balls. That just tells you just how good he is. A late minute decision to change up his attack, and that looked really good.
You also have in this match two players who were in the Players' Championship semifinals this weekend. Well, a huge break for Simonson there to have just the one pin to shoot at, both Simonson and Bill O'Neill.
Yeah, I noticed a lot. I was watching Simo's practice, and he went high a lot during practice, and that one broke a little loose on him, and fortunate to leave just the 3.
This is a Baker format, alternating frames. Dom Barrett absolutely flushed through the face. Dom had a good run of the Players' Championship before he was knocked out.
You know, Tom, you mentioned the average to make this top 4. If you look at all the teams in the top 12, that was a high enough average to win this event the last couple of years. That's how high the scoring was here this week.
By the way, the guy who beat Dom in the Players on Saturday night, you're looking at him. You know, it's interesting in learning more about Bill and his approach this year, Tom, what he's tried to do to keep up with the younger players, changing weights, I mean, everything he thinks he can get away with to stay up with these guys.
Yeah, he tried throwing 14-pound equipment earlier on in the year, thought that maybe that would give him a few more revolutions, and decided about, I think it was a month, 6 weeks ago, that was a bad call, and now look what he's doing. Back-to-back shows and salvaging what was a subpar year for Bill.
Belmonte knocked out by Anthony Simonson. There's a lot of connections from the Players' Championship in this foursome right here. So you actually have Simonson who knocked out Belmo in a roll-off to be a 12th seed. And so Belmo can get a little bit of payback here at the end of this PBA season. Alrighty then, a personal double for Belmo.
That's the straightest we've seen Belmo playing the lanes today. He was definitely curving the lanes even more right from the get-go.
We started to hear them bowl when they began to loft about the 5th game of the both sessions, both the morning session and the afternoon session. And Simonson with the adjustment didn't go high that time.
No, that was really good. Anthony's using the idle Cosmos ball he's been throwing most of the time.
And Dom Barrett has looked perfect in his first 2 shots. Her match play record, 9-3, was the second best match play record of the day. They averaged 234.86. Well, those are 3 perfect shots, Tom.
Yeah, there's you can't throw it much better than that. Both guys look lined in on the left lane. Might be the match of who gets that right lane figured out first between O'Neill and Simonson.
That is the shorter of the patterns, named after the man who is sitting here, Marshall Holman, who will be joining us after this game for a one-game visit. He'll be presenting the trophy on behalf of the late Mark Roth and himself to the winners.
Still coming back after the 2-pin there with a really nice shot.
Well, the way things went over the last couple of days, anything less than a strike felt like a real letdown. You know, there are other times that making your spares is just wonderful when you're grinding on again a tougher pattern, or in a major. But here, with the pattern opened up a bit, it has been spares are disappointing.
Yeah, when I was talking to the guys before, they thought the scores were going to stay just as high tonight for the show. So expect to see lots of strikes.
How about one more? And Belmonte hasn't missed yet on the left lane, has seen nothing but strikes. We'll get you caught up, by the way, on the other players in the top 12, and that's available also at PBA.com, but we'll certainly, in between games, have time to be able to go through all of that and get you caught up on your favorites. That's a major adjustment. Remember, he was going high through practice. What is he doing differently that he wasn't doing?
Well, for me, it looks like he's moved his feet about 10 boards left, and now he's throwing the ball way further to the right. His first couple of shots and during practice, he was really trying to pipe it down the lane. Now he's just decided, I'm going to open up the lane and use the free hook that's out there. And we've talked many times about that young man's toolbox, and it's full of tricks, and he's using them all right now.
You got a bunch of wizards out here in this show today. Middletown, Delaware, live coverage of the 2023 Roth Holman doubles. So the left lane is undefeated. Or the bowlers on the left lane are undefeated. That's probably more like it.
Another really good shot.
They're making that lane look like a Sunday drive on the Mark Roth pattern. Standing by will be Sean Rash and Matt Ogle, champions from a few years ago. Well, they've got that lane figured out too.
Yeah, when you get scores like this might come down to who leaves that wrap 10 or that stone 8. These guys are lined up.
And even in what frame you leave it. Right now, they both only have 1-9 spare, but because one was in the second, one was in the third frame, it's a one-pin match.
Yes, sir. Great point, Craig.
I'm out of material. It's just lather, rinse, repeat for these super talented stars.
I mean, that's putting 10 back in the pit.
I love it. You know it's a solid when the ball just takes the 8 and 9 and puts them exactly where they should be, out of range.
See him pop up like he thought maybe that one was going to ring a 10. Gave it the old, oh, please.
Yeah, a little tension there in the body, but it relaxes after all of that. It's interesting. I'm sure for some viewers, this is they love seeing these guys just crush the pocket. Others might want it a low-scoring, spare shooting, make the first mistake a fair. Everybody has their own way of enjoying it, but strikes are fun.
That they are, Dave.
And the ease in which they are attacking. You'll be reminded of that when you get out to the 50. Strikes are fun.
Yes, they are.
There's nothing you can say here. I mean, this looks like this could sustain itself the rest of the night.
Yeah, watching these guys bowl right now is I wish we were on Fox and we could see the strike tracks, because these guys, other than Simo making what I think is a big move left from his first shot on that lane, these guys are just right on top of each other, shot after shot after shot. I think they might be bowling these scores even if the lanes weren't quite so easy.
Bill, he stood up on that one and he got a break. Yeah. Why would Bill not be happy with that off his hand, do you think?
Probably the way it went through the pins, to me, looked like he kind of missed it at the bottom maybe a little bit, because it doesn't really drive. Normally the 5 pin's going to run the 8 over, but if you watch here, the 5 pin actually kicks the 7 out. And the 5's, on a high flush strike, the 5 gets the 8.
Well, maybe we'll see one of those right here. Odds are pretty good. You mean like that?
Yeah, like that.
Why did I know it was safe to say that?
And how many times do we see it when you as the player or your teammate gets a break, you get up and capitalize and throw a strike right on top of it? Because that was a big break for O'Neill.
Well, are you going to give that guy a freebie? I don't think so. He knows how to take advantage of gifts.
What more could you want?
No.
2 of the big 3 coming down to the 10th frame. Belmo and Simo going to decide this match.
They haven't missed since the 3rd frame when Bill O'Neill shot a single pin. And Belmo hasn't missed at all. And, Tom, not only has he not missed, everything has been flush from him right now.
Yeah, they've all been just dead high flush, all 10 back. No scouts, no bucket crumbler type deals. They're just high flush strikes.
No messengers, none needed. .279 hanging here if he can do this.
That was the first one that he threw that wasn't just absolutely run him over 10 back.
I was going to say that when I saw it, but then he struck. Like, well, it's better if you say that, because
It was just a little bit right is all. That was the only difference.
We have 2 more matches after this, So why don't you have dinner a little later if you're on the East Coast, if you're an early dinner eater. Those of you in Honolulu, though, this is perfect with your lunch. Yeah, he got it. You could see it was going to go.
Wow, just a little bit further right. Just didn't quite come up. 6 pin got just enough of the 10 to knock it down.
Anybody ruling for a double and another strike at a 9 for a roll-off? Anybody? Otherwise, it's a 280 at stake here. You could bowl a 279 and be sent out of the building.
That would be an interesting call right now. I believe that Simo and Dom would get the opportunity to decide who bowls on what lane, and they would go first, being the higher seed, and I believe it's a 1-ball roll-off.
Yeah, it will be a 1-ball roll-off. Yep, they're the higher seed. They're the 3, Belmo and Bill, or Bilmo, the 4 seed.
He doesn't like it at all.
Wow.
He likes it now. Even the house, the people in the audience started to gasp when they saw that go off his hands.
Yeah, he doesn't like that at all. I think he didn't quite get it there, but didn't go sideways off the end of the pattern. That's part of that bowling ball. That's a smooth bowling ball, and got back and carried the strike.
Well, you know what's going to happen now. After 2 suspect shots to carry, he's going to pure one and stone a single pin.
Oh, okay. All right, so that's the prediction from Craig Elliott. 2 spares in this game. That's it. Look at that.
What a great shot.
Or he's going to pure it and not get stuck with a stinger. 280 to 279.
What a match.
Oh, boy.
279.
That's a way to kick off the show here tonight.
All right, guys, I'm standing here with Matt Ogle. And, Matt, going for your 3rd title, your 2nd doubles title with your partner here. How you feeling?
Pretty confident. You know, me and Sean's both great all week, and we have confidence in each other, and I think we're going to make it happen today.
All right, there you go, guys.
Thanks, Chuck. If you could grab Bill or Jace, too, while we're waiting, either one who wants to take a second, I'd be just curious to see their thoughts as we take the replay of Anthony's last shot that ended that 280 to 279 in a spectacular fashion. Gosh, what a boy.
That was an absolute no-doubter. The first 2, not so much, but that one for all the marbles, that one was really good.
That was just spectacular. And we have 2 more matches to go, Ogle and Rash. You also see Hanrahan and Hoope in the foreground in a combination of red and black. And speaking of spectacular, we would want to welcome tournament co-host or tournament host Marshall Holman back with us here. Marshall, of course, along with Mark Roth, really the first great doubles team in the history of the PBA. That was nearly as good as you and Mark. Right
oh my
there.
gosh, that was, I mean, I realize this isn't the most demanding condition in the world, but that was super impressive. I was sitting down there watching that, and my gosh, there wasn't one shot missed on the left-hand lane,
No.
Hey,
and there were
Dave.
only 2 missed on the right.
Yep.
Hey, Dave, I got Jason Belmonte over here.
Go for it,
What
Chuck.
did you want to know about him?
I just want to know what they thought about shooting 279 and not winning.
All right, Dave Lamont wants to know, you guys shot 279 and come up 1 pin short. What? You couldn't throw it any better.
Well, we could have.
Well,
We
yeah.
left one.
We left one, I guess.
No, I mean, Anthony's probably supposed to split in the 2nd frame, and then who knows what happens after that. And then, he gets a super, super, super late carry on that 10 in the 10th, and then he yells he doesn't like the 11th, which I thought the 11th was pretty good, actually. But the 12-23 was pretty good, and, I said to Bill, after I got all 3 in the 10th, I'm like, listen, we shot 279. Other than that 1 frame, you very rarely will lose with 279. But Dominic bowled fantastic on that left lane too. I actually thought he was going to go high at some point because I was chopping that lane up pretty good, and I was just waiting for that 1 ball to 4-pin for him. But to his credit, he kept chasing it left, and he never really saw that same transition. And yeah, I'm pretty proud of us. We did a good job. We did everything we could, and they got the pins to fall over for them just at the right time. 1 frame earlier, and that's all it took.
Well, you guys also got to look at it this way. You guys started today in 12th, and you guys just made an unbelievable run to get to the show.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. That's not how my mental outlook on the day isn't. Oh, well, you came in 4th, you started in 12th. That's good. My job is to win, and I'm sure Bill and I will both we'll smile about it later. But right now, 279. I mean, we probably win that game 999 times out of 1,000. So yeah, I actually think whoever won our match is probably going to win this tournament. That's my guess. So yeah, we just knew we had to get through that first one.
Right.
All right, guys, back to you.
Jason, thank you so very much. Chuck, please thank him for me if I don't get a chance to do it personally. Great to hear from Belmo. Yeah, Marshall, 279 is a hell of a game. I would assuming that you won just about all of your 279s.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, I was down there watching that game, and I was like a fan. I'm watching, and like I said, the lanes are scoreable, but what those two teams did was extraordinary, and it was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, Marshall, I said it during the telecast that if the lane pattern was even harder, I think that might have been what the score was. That's how good those guys bowled.
Yeah, they're just extraordinary. There was one shot that was a little bit light on the right lane, and one shot that was a little bit heavy. That
I think both those were Simonson's, right?
Well, one was
Bill.
One was Bill. Bill
Okay.
came in light on left to 2-pin, and Simonson came in heavy and was very fortunate that he didn't leave a big wide open split.
Yeah, the 4 fell late. He almost had the 3-4,
Right.
and the 4 fell late for him to just leave the 3-pin there.
And we could have had a tie. You were really enjoying Belmo's interview and the things he had to say.
Actually, what I was enjoying, it's very rarely that this is made, but when we were looking at Bill,
2-8-10.
yeah, Dom made the 2-8-10
I saw
on the
that.
practice
I
pair.
saw that. I saw that.
That's what I
did
chuckled at.
not see that because I call that the impossible dream because it's the percentage is comically low. It's lower than a 7-10, I believe.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I noticed that too.
Absolutely irrelevant. It was on the practice, wasn't even on the real pair. But it just kind of when you see the 2-8-10 made, it just kind of makes you perk up.
Yeah, but I did like what Belmo said, and he's pretty much always a good interview, and it's almost like he's thought it out, but he hasn't. He's a good guy. I mean, he's an extraordinary bowler, and he comes off very, very well on a microphone.
Yeah, he's done some TV, as we all know. I just like the I'm here to win mentality. I mean, I love that, and yes, he'll take it. And you're right, he and Bill will go, God, you remember that time we were in Delaware? Good God! But at the moment, if he's a touch or he and Bill are a touch salty, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you don't get to 31 titles with 15 majors by being okay with finishing fourth.
Being content.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin the
all right, so we're going to start here. Let's look at this other team now, guys. Ogle and Rash. Sean's not had the greatest of years. Talked to him a little bit. He said, look, this is my last event of the year. I'm going all out. I'm putting everything out there. And he put everything out there to the tune of being in second place at this point with a partner that he knows very well. What have you seen from Sean that has showed that he's back in the form that we kind of know from him in the past?
Well, both of these guys have actually bowled very well. I don't think either one really outshined. Matt might have struck just a little bit more the first day, but on the second day, I think they were both very solid. Matt, what a year! He's currently fourth in points on this tour, having a heck of a year. And most years you would say that Sean's the heavy hitter on this team. I got to say this year, it's Matt.
There's no doubt, and I really feel that Sean's going to have to step up. He's on that lane 7 that no one missed on, and he needs to bowl a quality game. Needs to trust his game, be aggressive with the shots.
Just like that.
Another beautiful shot on lane 7.
Lane 7 is perfect so far, and so is the shot from Sean. These guys won this event once already. 2018, I believe. No, not 18. 19.
I've got the wrong note. Sean won the singles title in this building in 2017. Oh. My bad, gentlemen. Sorry about that. They won the doubles in 2019. I looked at the wrong note.
And they made the show last year when we were in Wauwatosa. That was a pretty star-studded show. That was won by E.J. Tackett and Marshall Kent, who finished out of the cut line this time.
Yeah, and interestingly, Matt and Sean have decided to have Matt finish the match on the right lane. They're going to let Simo and Dom have Dom finish the match on the left lane, and Dom has not missed on the left lane yet.
Maybe they're going by the theory one of these days he will.
Could maybe I don't know. He was perfect.
I wonder if what Belmo said is going to happen. He, in his interview said he was surprised that Dom didn't have one and go high because he thought he was tearing up the lane pretty good. And so we'll have to pay attention to that and see if that first miss on that left lane is because somebody goes through the face.
And the other prediction, he now thinks that Simonson and Dom will win, and they will run the ladder here and take the title. Well, if you have not been watching the qualifying, and you're only tuned in for this championship, welcome, number one. And yes, they've been that good to get to this show, to beat the people they had to beat, and to score the way they had to score. You had to be that good. The scores averaging in the 230s, 240s for these teams. Otherwise, you could bowl perfectly competently and strike a lot, and you're not there. Not this weekend or week.
Two great shots from Sean on lane 7.
Yeah, perfect through 5 frames.
How much of a looker are you when you're waiting to bowl next? How much are you scouting the match that you're not in?
You got to pay attention to the lanes to see what the people in front of you are doing, especially during the practice. You're standing down there watching to see somebody might be trying to change the lanes. You know what I mean? Might be trying to make them bad for you or good for them, and you just got to be aware of that. So I did notice that they weren't down there watching; they were off to the side, but they do get the advantage of they get to go throw their 4 practice shots before the match starts.
He didn't act like he hated that shot when he threw it.
Yeah, no.
He liked that, and the advantage always goes to the team that just won the last game. As you take another replay of a perfect shot from Simonson.
Yeah, it's been brought up many times. The winning percentage from the number 1 seed isn't that great because the number 2 or the winner, not necessarily the number 2 seed, but the winner of that previous match has already been out on the lanes.
Has momentum.
They know what the lanes are doing.
Long pattern, 42 feet Mark Roth. That's what Don Barrett is bowling on right here.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. You wonder if he moved just a little bit left in fear of going high.
Yeah, because that one didn't drive through the pins like all the other ones had.
So our first open frame.
We've seen a lot of extraordinary stuff. Can he make it?
I'm not ruling anything out. Well, that's got enough. Didn't have enough mustard on it at all. So the first open frame of this evening goes against Barrett and Simonson.
On a quality shot.
So the opportunity here for Ogle and Rash to jump right in. They averaged just about 240 if you want to round it up. They were 6-6 in match play. They were living off of volume more than bonus pins.
Big shot. Very important to take advantage of the opening that was given to them.
I see a 10, and that's all I see. A little kiss on it, but not enough to knock it down.
Pretty much the same hit. Matt was fortunate enough to get the 7 pin out.
We'll be staying on the air to include our trophy presentation and an interview with the winning team. So don't go away after that last ball is thrown. The other thing that's interesting here, Matt Ogle looking for a 3rd title. It'll be his 2nd with Sean Rash. He has the Shark Championship this year, so this would be a pretty sweet year for Matt if he could pick up a 2nd title. Sean, yeah, he's got a few. 17 to be exact.
That went further right. Whoa, came back and chopped out that 10 pin.
Kick saving a beauty on the 10.
Let's take a look at that again. Oh, yeah, he stood up like he thought that one was right. I think it got lucky that he got it there quick. If that's right further down the lane, I don't think it makes it back, but he got it there quick, so it had plenty of time to get back up to the pocket.
It's all about the break point, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
No,
my.
and I'll give credit to someone in the chat who said that a stone 8 or stone 9 was coming. I don't know why they felt that way, but they were right.
Well, the ball's finishing so strong. These players have so much power that it's easy for the ball to just go right past it.
Yeah, no deflection at all there.
All right, so he'll take care of the routine spare. Now let's see how Dom. Listen, he's done this a few times in his life, so I don't think it's going to terribly weigh him down mentally that he had a bad break.
I think maybe he stays in the same place and throws it just a little slower, give it a chance to turn up, or.
Yeah, this shot for me depends on how Dom feels about the last shot. If he missed it a little bit at the bottom, he's probably not going to move. If he thought that was pretty good, he's probably going to try to get a little quicker to get it to pick up. And oh my,
yes.
Just about back-to-back solid 9s for that team.
Crazy.
Solid 9s are never good, but the one good thing is it was on an open, so they didn't lose any count or anything at all. You know what I mean? If that's in between 2 strikes, that's 21 pins they lose right there. Ends up being 11 because Dom threw the strike, so not complete disaster.
No.
So right now the only perfect player here is Sean Rash.
Chance to pick up another 10 pins on the lead.
Yep. And the man with the landscaping business also mowing down pins.
Clever.
Yeah, every once in a while. Get lucky. Sean doing a little Norm Duke-like surgery. He didn't get a tool out and dig into one of the finger holes, though. That's the Norm Duke specialty in the middle of a championship match.
Nope, this is Sean's normal pre-shot routine.
Yeah.
He gets his hand ready. That time he did set the ball down and start it over again. Something must have bugged him.
Oh, my.
Oh,
No, there's an odd leave.
Yes, it was.
look at all the hands up in the crowd.
Oh, that's cold. Yo, you know what? His partner's doing it, so never mind. If your partner does it, there's nothing you can do but make it. You see on the left-hand side of your screen there. All right, he got it. Nice to see that you're going to have a sense of humor in the middle of an intense competition here to decide the Roth Holman Doubles Championship.
I think he was saying, well, I used to be a power player. He still revs it up pretty good. That was a very unusual 5-pin leave.
Well, we had maybe the most unusual 5-pin of the year. E.J. Tackett left a 5-pin a couple of days ago in qualifying, and we did temporarily stop breathing. We confirmed it was a 5-pin, and then he went on and made it. Very quietly, he seems to have found his happy spot.
Yeah. Yeah, just the one bad break there.
Yeah, right back in this match with a strike here, just be 2 pins.
Yep.
2 pins in the hammer. Something about that rack didn't suit Dom's liking.
Yeah, it's the second one he's taken on that lane tonight.
Do not forget, standing by, the #1 seeds, the runaway top team in qualifying and match play, Patrick Hanrahan and Mitch Hupe, Wichita State Shakas. There you go.
Dom's getting a little bit further left, not getting the ball quite as far right, so had a much straighter angle going into the pins there and almost put the 6 around the 10.
.256 possible for Barrett and Simo.
Is it 258 possible for Rash?
Yes.
Yep. So here we
And
go.
Ogle, yeah.
Possibly coming down to shots in the 10th. I would not be surprised.
I think it's imperative that the Rash and Ogle team both strike here. But first, Ogle.
No trouble at all. That's how he's been throwing it.
He's got a very unusual style. It almost looks kind of non-aggressive through the ball, but he revs the daylights out of it.
Yes, he does. Matt's throwing the Black Widow 2.0 hybrid there. Sean also taking a re-rack on the left lane. So something's not looking right to the guys.
Anything you can see from our screens?
No, that one there looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's the one he's going with. But prior to that, well,
Might have been closed rack between the 1 and the 3. He gave that more energy.
well, he opened up the 1 and the 3 right there.
You could see it at release. There was just more authority through the release.
Yeah, it just looks like he gave it just a little bit extra at the bottom. Kind of got it out on the lane just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Crossing over the 5th arrow. Out to about 10. High flush.
Oh, he almost did that. The Marshall double fist bump with the stretch that we see. And Marshall talked about this in another opportunity during the tournament, but they've done a wonderful job here at Mid-County, and we'll explain in a moment after Anthony here.
Uh-oh.
That is, I believe, the biggest leave we've had so far. 3 pins.
Yeah. If you see, you can't. Yeah. He just didn't quite get it there quick enough. Got a little bit too far down the lane before it started the hook and got behind the head pin. Fortunate to leave just the 2, the 4, and the 8.
Which is still no bargain to shoot at.
No.
And when you don't get a strike, you can hear the crowd is just shocked.
Yeah.
Some of these folks have been here for 3 days. Some are just in for their 1 session tonight to see the championship crown. What I was going to say real quickly is off to our right on the high-numbered end of the house, they have some TV screens, and they have set up a video display of Mark Roth and Marshall and their victories, and it's been running all the time. It's a beautiful setup, and they've really done a nice job paying tribute to you two.
Thank you. They need to strike here. It's over. He needed that one. And it's not, you said with Mark and my victories, that's not completely true because one of Mark's victories was beating me.
And again, the stun, Don Barrett had owned that left lane, but it's not always going to last. So Jason Belmonte missing a prediction there.
Yeah, and the first one that we saw miss the pocket over there did go high.
Yeah, incredible but true. So it's going to be a 3rd place finish. And our top 2 seeds will go at it in the next match.
Matt coming over here to make a ball change.
Can you see what that is?
So GB4.
Yeah, that's what I was going to guess, but I was waiting for him to get up there.
Appreciate that, Chuck. Chuck Ritchie there at lane side, keeping an eye on things.
And moved a little bit further left. Looks good. I just got a message from Denise Roth.
Oh, yes.
And Denise, so glad that you're watching, and sorry that you weren't feeling quite up to being here, but we sure look forward to seeing you next year. And of course, we all miss Mark, and Mark would have absolutely loved the presentation that this center provided for this tournament.
Unbelievable, isn't it? Just walking in the doors from the front.
Beautiful.
Pictures of you two.
Yeah, it's a study in the history of the game, which Mark is a very big part of.
Well, the folks here at Mid-County should be really patted on the back for recognizing the two of you the way they have. And while we have a second, I do have want to thank the owners, Rita Justice, Bob and Kim Bowers, the general manager, Michael Zangi, the sales and marketing manager, Matt Wozni, and the sponsor, Bally's Dover Casino Resort. Nice place, by the way. And came out ahead there the other day. But, yeah, this is the way you do it when you are honoring people. So
and I'm going to be going down for the last
Yes, sir.
game. So I'm out of here. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure hanging with you guys.
Yeah, we'll see you at the trophy presentation.
Absolutely.
Marshall Holman.
Thanks,
It's an
gentlemen.
honor to share the booth with you, Marshall.
I
Thank you very
appreciate it,
much, my
Buddy.
friend.
Appreciate it.
It was mine. Thank you.
See you soon. Chuck Ritchie standing by over by our tournament leaders.
All right, I'm standing here with Packy and Mitch Hoope. Packy looking for title number 2. You guys have dominated the whole week. How you guys feeling?
Feeling pretty good, yeah. I think we're just same game plan here, just going to make some good shots and have a lot of fun out there. You know, not every day you get to bowl for a title with one of your best friends. So.
And Mitch, your first title, man. Let's get it.
What's that?
It's your first title coming up. Let's go get it.
It does. Yeah, it feels good. Doesn't really feel like a title. I don't know. Just a doubles event with my friend. Yeah, not really thinking of it as a title or anything. Just a doubles tournament that I'm playing with Packy.
All right, good luck, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Chuck. Appreciate that. We, again, will provide the trophy presentation to you. And we welcome Craig Elliott back into the seat that Marshall had occupied. Always love talking to Marshall. And there we go. I get to have the mic now, Chuck. You sure? All right. Chuck's out.
He's handed the baton off.
He has, literally. It's about the size of a track baton. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Yeah. Is it on? Is this on? No. All right, so there's a poll up. Who will win, Rash Ogle or Hanrahan Hoope? There's the seeds 1 and 2. Rash Ogle, the 2 seed. Hanrahan Hoope, the 1 seed. And hello. Hello, is it me you're looking for? All right,
okay,
got
Dave.
it.
Dave, here's how it works. There's a red button on that mic right there. If you press the button on the bottom, it will go from red to green, and then it's on.
1 2 3. Okay, thanks.
And then you press it again,
And it's on.
you hold it down to go completely off, so you don't drain the battery during the last match.
Thank you very much.
Something we should have gone over probably before the broadcast.
Oh, we had an opportunity to cover it right now.
You know what?
so-
Behind the scenes, people love behind the scenes stuff, Mike. So,
You know, we look at those banners. There's one missing up there.
yours?
Packy Hanrahan has not yet
Yep.
gotten his banner. 7 of the 8 players in this field have won PBA Tour titles. Mitch Hoope, the lone non-winner, and he has a chance right now to do that with his good buddy.
How long does it take to get those prepped and hung? And that, to me, is all. By the way, one of the things I've always loved about the PBA was turning on the TV and seeing those banners and recognizing what they were for, and then knowing their stories behind the colors and all of that.
Guys, here's an opportunity to look at some other finishers here this week.
You're absolutely correct, sir.
What stands out to me, the 5th and 6th place finishers both knocked down more pins than Jason Belmonte and Bill O'Neill.
Yep, and they both had opportunities going into the last game, the position round, to do something about it, and they could not. Buttriff had gone on one of his runs, and he and Matt Zweig got hot, but then Zweig had a big opportunity in an 8th frame and left 5, 3, 4, 6, 7, 10, couldn't convert it. So they were knocked out. Sean Lavery Spar and Santu just kind of faded in their last game. No one great dramatic moment that did them in, but a great event for all of them. And we saw also, we looked down just a little bit, down to 10th, young Cortez Schenk, the presumptive PBA Rookie of the Year, had a terrific tournament with his partner, Michael Fitzgerald. And the other thing that I know made a lot of bowling fans happy, guys, is Brad Miller making a cashing appearance, which had not been the case this year. And with his partner Kyle Sherman, although today wasn't their best day, and Brad had an individual 300 also during the week, so there was a lot of joy around that.
Yeah, and a couple of great performances by Michael Davidson and Matt Kuba and young Nate Stubler. Nate was one that we talked about possibly battling for Rookie of the Year this year. Nate and his partner Benji Martinez made a very nice run to make the top 12 here and finished in 8th. Matt and Michael in seventh.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to start the championship.
And also to your point, Tom, if you look at Butterfin's week, they actually knocked down enough pins to finish in third, but their win-loss record and match play come up just a few pins short.
Yeah.
And just one more thing to add, as John was just talking about money.
Almost set the 12-game.
Oh yeah, that's something else. John is just telling the fans here in Delaware that Patrick Hanrahan had an opportunity in the last game. Patty could have broken Mike Alby's 12-game record for scoring and missed tying it by 1 pin.
Canada, looking for PBA Tour title number 1, Sean Rash and Matt Ogle.
And that score for 12 games was 3,082, an average of 256.83.
That sounds pretty good.
That's okay.
Now can it carry over? And the number 1 seeds they will take the ball. They are not going to defer to the second half.
Mitch is going to get us underway.
And a light hit and leaves him a quiet 8-pin.
I believe that was a GB4 that Mitch threw there.
We had been joking during the week, Tom, while you were out bowling with Anthony Pepe, that any time that either Hoope or Hanrahan didn't strike, it was breaking news. You know, breaking news, Craig would go, hey, we have a shocking revelation. A 9-pin was left by Hanrahan, or a 9 count. They've been that good and that dominant. But, as you guys pointed out in earlier editions of our shows, they got to win again. They won the tournament. Now they got to win the tournament.
Yep. Now they got to win the exhibition. That's the way bowling's been for a long time. To talk about how good both of those young men were bowling, Packy was the leader individually, and Mitch was 9th.
Yep.
To show just how dominant they were.
You happy with Ogle's look right now?
That one definitely came off the spot a little bit harder and went through the pins. I like the fact that the ball's going more left than the Black Widow he was throwing, but we'll see if he doesn't set one short and have it break off.
I just saw 10 pins get broken off right there by Sean Rash. He seems to be in very solid form right now.
Yeah, this nothing new for Sean.
No, and he, out of these 4, he's the most experienced in these situations.
Yeah, 19 titles.
Yeah,
for
by a
Sean.
mile. So, this isn't anything remotely new to Sean. And he is loose and yucking it up. You see him right there in the foreground. All right, so if you weren't with us for 2 days, that's what's been happening with Packy Hanrahan.
Well, and how about the fact now that he's the only lefty, so that's just a fresh pair for him to do as he's been doing all week long, and that's strike a bunch.
Yeah, you've got not just these 2 from Wichita State, but Sean as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of Wichita State. You had the Barnes men, Ryan and Chris, Wichita State folks. There you go, Mitch.
Pretty good shot out of Mitch. When I was down there talking to him, he sure seemed pretty calm and collected, and in his pregame interview there, hey, that's not a tour title, man. I'm just bowling a doubles tournament with my friend.
Well, that has been their approach for a couple of days. We got that earlier in the week from them, that vibe of this is really cool. We're buddies. We're bowling together. We're competing. They really approach this, I think, in a different mentality than you would if this was a singles championship and you're bowling for yourself. They really enjoy the camaraderie.
There's no chance he doesn't have some butterflies going on right now, though.
Oh.
No.
Oh, I agreed. I don't think he's ignorant of that in any way.
I remember years ago I asked Pete Weber, do you still get nervous bowling for a title? He says, absolutely. When I stop getting nervous is when I stop bowling.
You want to keep going with the theme. Packy obviously decided that they want Packy to end this match on that right lane if it comes down to it.
I think that's a smart decision.
They decided to go ahead and let the 19-time titleist finish first on that left lane, and we'll see if Packy has the opportunity.
Got a little loft here.
Yeah, got that one out on the lane a little bit.
That's the first time we've seen that tonight. It's not the first time we've seen it in this event.
So see, something in the rack Packy didn't like there, taking a re-rack.
At one point later in the day, Jason Belmonte was on, what, 21, 22 was that? And his feet were on lane 20 when he threw it. He strikes on 22 and walks back to the approach, on strikes on 21 and walks back on 22. He used 3 lanes to make a strike.
Another really good shot out of Packy.
Tom, how much of that was just the rack being off, or just trying to control the pace and just slow things down and let himself and his teammate just take a breath here?
That's a great question, Craig. I think this early in the match, I really think it was something that he didn't like with the rack.
Guys, I just have to say the thing that's so crazy for me tonight is the fact that Packy Hanrahan has already won a title and is coaching Mitch. And up until a few weeks ago, everybody was coaching Packy how to get his first title.
It's a great point, Mike.
Yeah, Mike Flanagan with that observation.
Somebody needs to tell Packy to move so we can see that shot.
He needs to move a couple of boards right.
I think Packy's jealous, doesn't want Mitch to get as much TV time, so he's standing in the way so we can't see him.
We're going back to the re-rack shop, though, and I just wonder if the guys are obviously they're not satisfied with what they're getting here at the moment. I don't think we're into the mental part of trying to ice somebody yet.
Oh, Simon re-racked that lane as well. Now
yeah, so there might be a mechanical issue.
Oh, man, doesn't like that.
Hurry.
Oh, wow.
It hurried.
Well, Tom, you want to see one come harder off the spot.
That might be why he made that ball changed. Feels like he can free it up and get a little bit further right and have the recovery down lane that he didn't have. We saw in that first match he was light swish early in the match.
All right, Sean will back up, start over. Saw that happen a few times. Wasn't it? It was Ogle who went dancing into the left channel at one point, never released the ball, but he had an awkward stop and stayed upright and was able to very athletically avoid tripping or maybe injuring himself, and then went back, and I'm pretty sure he threw a strike.
Yeah, he did. That was one of the oddest ones we saw because he was about ready to let go of the ball and just put on the brakes.
Oh, no.
It's our first really big mistake of this match. As you can see, as you mentioned, Dave, he's trying to get it out on the lane, and he just got that one way too far out onto the lane. That was a good 3 or 4 right at what he was trying to hit.
So not a lot of joy in attempting this. 1-2-7.
Hope ideally you just want to hit the head pin on the left and have the ball take out the 2 and the 7.
Like that.
little bit of a fortunate break there.
Just to take a moment here, earlier we saw a 280 to 279 win. Dom Barrett and Anthony Simonson eliminated past champions Bill O'Neill and Jason Belmonte. If you can imagine, and Anthony Simonson had to strike out to do it. Then they were defeated. Then, fortunately, the next game was a 201, and they were defeated by Rash and Ogle. And now here we stand for the title for the 2023 PBA Roth Holman doubles here at Mid-County Lanes and Entertainment Center in Middletown, Delaware.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, once the crowd reaction, once Hanrahan didn't even have to move out of the way, you knew it was bad.
Yeah, you can kind of see it right off his hand. That's just right.
So back-to-back tough shots, but a much tougher result, obviously, for Packy. And a little adversity striking the top seeds.
Yeah, you got to make sure you get 2 here, though. You got to keep that count close.
Taking your advice. And now back to Mitch on the left-hand lane, where he is 9 spare and a couple of strikes after that. Messenger failed him.
Pretty good shot, though. I love how smooth Mitch gets the ball down onto the lane. You can't even hear it hit the lane. He's playing a much more direct line than Sean. As you can see there, Sean's trying to get the ball to hook and drive through the pins. Mitch is playing much straighter.
Again, it's that kind of tournament when you leave anything on the deck, you look up at the heavens and wonder, that's not going to help. But he was smartly able to cover. And big chance here now for Matt. He's 2 for 2 in this game on this lane. Oh, another Messenger. The left lane, Messenger failed. Messenger fails Ogle there. Question on the equipment about what are Mitch and Matt throwing? What do you have there?
I got Matt throwing a GB4, and that's what I believe Mitch is throwing. It's either that or a Black Widow 2.0 hybrid. It's kind of hard to tell from all the way back here.
Right. But you do have their arsenals handy, so he's
well,
written down.
Mitch told me it was probably going to be the brutal collision, and it's definitely not a brutal collision.
No. Well, didn't Belmo pull a switcheroo on you right before you talked?
Yep.
I saw you go over there, and
Yep.
10 minutes later, he pulls out something completely different.
Yeah, best laid plans. The guys went in with an idea of what they were going to do, and the lanes didn't call for that.
That shot looked much more under control, but yields another awkward result.
Yeah, see, now this one he doesn't get to the right quick enough. As you can see down lane, he doesn't get it to the friction on that 42-foot oil pattern. So doesn't hook quite enough, leaving, fortunate to get the 10 out, leaving just the 248.
So how much has this lane changed, the left lane, the Roth pattern?
It's changed a lot. The guys are way further left than they were to start the match. Oh, he missed it.
We got a ball game now, gents. 242 max for Rash Ogle. 245 max for Hanrahan Hoope.
That's a better shot. Just gets harder and harder and harder the closer you get to the end.
Yeah, it's so funny because we saw the first match just breezing through strikes. Took about 3 minutes to go through that first match. They were striking so much, and everything's slowing down as you see that finish line. And we've got Hanrahan with the one title trying to double his total. His partner hasn't won one yet.
You know, interesting you bring that up, Dave. I think that puts more pressure on Packy. He's already got his title.
I do.
And put some pressure on Packy to help Mitch get his.
I think it's possible. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure Hupé wants this very badly, but Hanrahan probably wants it as much as Hupé does, not for him, but for his friend.
We'll go back to Rash Ogle. This is exactly what Sean said when he won the title with Matt.
Yeah.
He was doing it for him.
I mean, Matt's... Uh-oh. Oh, my goodness. Luckiest break maybe of the night. Maybe of the night. Well, if you're Sean Rash, you've got your titles. You want to spread the love a little bit.
This busts off. Caves in the 4-6. That could be huge. Sean's got to finish this match. He's a little lost on the left lane.
And Packy will finish on the right. Although he's had a tough go of it on the right lane as far as that's where he had that big split.
Oh, my. We talked about it earlier, guys. Absolutely sick 9-pin here. You're not going to be able to see it.
No, I don't think you want to see it.
Oh.
Yeah.
You couldn't see it, folks, but we could from here, and that was high flush. Can't throw it any better than that.
Yep. Nice job not to let that bother him and just to go ahead and clean up after himself. That was just, oof.
Puts our max score at 232. Packy and Mitch cannot be shut out now in the 10th frame.
And Sean has got to find the roadway here.
That's better.
All righty. 221 max now. 222 max.
21, you were right, Dave.
Yeah, I was right the first time. That rarely happens. So 221.
Oh, you heard him say, oh no,
Yeah.
let it release.
Oh, I remember that happening to him in Jonesboro, I think it was.
You know what we've heard from Sean is when you have to get left and kind of go straight out like that, that's when that back just tightens up a little bit. And maybe that's what happened right there.
I think he just missed it.
Well, absolutely. We're just, everybody in this room is speechless. What needs to be done here, Craig?
Mark and 7.
All right, thank you very much. And another re-rack, which has been happening almost exclusively on lane 8. And what went from strike, 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 it has now turned into a very tense spare shooting. Who's going to get a good break contest?
How about that?
Mitch Hupé was up about halfway down the lanes. And he is a roll away from title number 1, and for Packy, title number 2 in 2023.
Yeah, don't hurt him, Mitch. You still got to finish the frame.
Yeah, let's save the chest bumping for afterwards. Chest bump during the ceremony if you want. Marcia will join you.
Two shots to get 4 pins.
Well, you look at the last 5 frames for Rash and Ogle, not a strike in the bunch, and 2 open frames, including a single pin.
That's enough, ladies and gentlemen.
Your champions are Mitch Hupé, his first PBA Tour title, and Packy Hanrahan, his second title of the year, giving him 2 in his career, which seems to be going in the right direction, as well as Hupé. And for Rash and Ogle, a heartbreak coming down to that 10th frame and not able to cover a makeable spare. There you have it. Adding their names to the prestigious list of champions is this young pair, the Shockers, Mitch Hupé and Packy Hanrahan.
They led it all the way. Well deserved, guys. Congratulations to you. Stick around, ladies and gentlemen.
Impressive win. First one for Mitch Hupé, second for Packy Hanrahan. And Tom, as you mentioned, they won this tournament once. They lapped the field, put on a clinic here this week, and now to actually validate that and get the win here, what a feel-good moment. In the same part of the country where Packy grew up, he's got family and friends in the area. His good buddy Mitch, getting him that first title. Going to be some celebrating in the house tonight.
I would say so. The house is going to be pretty happy. For a guy bowling for his first title, I thought Mitch handled it absolutely incredible. What might have been his worst shot of the night in the 9th frame ends up being a strike. What an exciting week.
All right, John Weber will have to give me up our microphone if somebody can get John's attention. Yeah, well done, guys. That's fantastic. Great.
Appreciate it. You want us both on the same side?
Whatever you want, Marshall. You want to stand? Why don't you stand on one side? We're working out the logistics. Yeah, that's perfect. We will be making this official. Do you have your mic, John? John Weber has the house mic, and so we're going to get this broadcast to everybody here as soon as we get John's house mic. But we have the winners here, and we'll just hang off. You just wait a second.
Yeah,
I'm sure you don't mind.
There is no house mic.
John's shaking his head as if he doesn't have the mic.
No.
There is no mic. That's a different mic. There is.
Oh. Okay.
You're just going to have to talk loud.
We'll talk loud. All right.
Step closer.
Thank you very much. Now we understand. Yeah, let's step up here. That's fine. Apologies, we don't have a house mic. I'm the loudmouth in the group. Well, wait a minute. Maybe one of the 2 loudmouths in the group.
That's right.
Well, first off, Marshall, let's go ahead and give these young men what they deserve.
All right, for Packy and for Mitch, congratulations. Mark Roth is congratulating you right now too. This is to honor Mark Roth, and that's why I come to this tournament. So happy to be here. What a wonderful, wonderful center. The history here is just unbelievable. I thank the ownership and the management, and congratulate the Roth Holman doubles champions.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Mark. Thank you. Thank you.
And we can't forget about the other competitors here. Everybody in the Stepladder final deserves a round of applause, but Sean and Matt bowl their hearts out, and they deserve a lot of recognition for this as well. All right, you've won titles before. Come here. All right. We noticed that when he threw that last strike, the strike that really won it for you, you were up before the shot was going through. You knew.
Yeah. Nothing really changed from game 1. I was watching every shot, standing behind all his shots, being the first face he saw when he came back, and, yeah, I just didn't treat any differently.
You talked with our guys beforehand, and you said to you it almost didn't feel like a big tournament, even though it is, because this is your buddy. You guys have known each other for so long. Does it still feel that way?
That's a little different right now, talking to you and holding the trophy, but not really, no. I'm used to bowling doubles and him striking like you saw him strike this week. It's just another day.
Packy, what was really odd about this match is we've been a long time seeing strike, strike, strike all day, and even in the first match was insane, and it started to get tougher. What changed out there?
For me, not a whole lot, but you saw the righties just got a little bit of carry down on that left lane, kind of like Mitch had been struggling with all week, and I was super proud of him to be able to throw those shots when he needed to, especially when they got tougher with a ball that he hadn't really been having a massive amount of success with this week. For him to make that ball change going into the game and just trusting it and giving it 5 really, really good shots. So,
what does this mean to you for him to get his first win?
It means the world just to be able to, like he said, we bowled probably doubles tournament number 50 or 60 that we bowled together. And to be able to do it on the biggest stage against the best players in the world and know that both of us can say that this week we were the best. Nobody was able to beat us, whether it's a one-game match or 12 games of qualifying plus the 12 match play. It's just really, really special to be able to not only to win on the PBA Tour, but to be able to win with my best friend. It's just on another level.
Yeah, let's listen. You have earned it. You guys were the runaway winners from the very beginning. Please give a round of applause to your new champions, Mitch Hoope, Packy Hanrahan, and of course the great Marshall Holman as well. And we thank you very much for your support of this event.